The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV.
The Frontline show has uncovered a secret conversation between the self-styled investigative journalist Aremeyaw and a group of crime suspects probing the location of a businessman, Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi, the suspect in the Omega Strategic Service scandal. In a video dialogue, Aremeyaw, however, showed the suspect to cooperate to fish out the location of Hafiz Abdullahi. Meanwhile, in a response from Aremeyaw to the suspect said, quote, "Here's a dead man already," unquote. Tonight, we probe the mysterious death of Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi and the gold scandal. I am Kweku, and of course, we are coming to you live tonight from the very HQ here in the studios of Accra FM. Of course, 100.5 FM, and of course, across dozens of stations picking the feed, including our very own in Sunyani on 88.1 FM, also picking the feed tonight. We're also live in London on GOB. It's picking it on TuneIn, modernghana.com. Still on GOB. They're flipping it on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. We're live tonight, of course. It's quite stronger tonight on the internet. On my CTV GH plus the Frontline Ghana. The Frontline Ghana. And of course, I'm going to read your text messages, hopefully, on 020-2973-461. 020-2973-461. I'm quite sure many of you are quite surprised that tonight I have a microphone in front of me, is it not? Quite unusual, is it not? Yes, because there's some construction going on in our main studio, and it's like, I'm back on radio. How many years? Hey, how many years? And I'm quite sure, as of this morning, my chief executive, Kwesi Dak, of course, would also, be the nostalgia of the times then when he was on radio. And I guess the Kwesi was, trying to fidget his hands on the knobs and whatever. That's what I'm doing here. So, folks, forgive me, any way the show go tonight. Forgive me. But we have to, as it struggle to bring you the show tonight. Other than that, it would have been maybe Wednesday with the hope that, yes, the construction will be over. Now, tonight, we have a beautiful show for you. You don't have to miss the show. You don't have to flip the dial. Now, this is an investigative magazine show, as many of you know, in the sense that we follow issues keenly with a keen interest to ensure that everything that you need to know, you must know. Folks, what is happening? The Ghana Police Service are still holding the suspect called Owusu Krantain. And Owusu Krantain, as many of you know, also known as Amache, in the murder case of Ahmed Swali. Folks, this matter is refusing to go. And I'm quite surprised that a lot of media houses tonight, or today, let's say the whole of one, are quiet over this.
With Kwikwanan, only
but we will not be quiet. We are giving you all back to back. So tonight, guess what? All over regional capitals, picking the feed. And it's a brand new week, and a brand new month. Still, of course, tonight I can say, yes, we're still in a brand new month. And that's the 7th of April, 2025, the year of our Lord. Tonight, we're going to give you a beautiful show, whether you like it. Now, as I said earlier, the police are still in custody of this gentleman. However, the police, until tonight I'm speaking, have still, not yet produced any, if you like, strong evidence to, as it were, implicates this gentleman by name Akwesi Amache. No, they haven't. Daniel Owusu Krantain, also known as Amache. Now, the mystery about what we are to do tonight is the fact that we decided that, hey, there's a lot more of the to that of Ahmed Swali's death. And then another gentleman who earlier came out and exposed Aremeyaw, also called Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi. He's the CEO to the Chief Executive Officer of Halfred Company Limited. Also died mysteriously. But the question remains, what is it that the police are doing that in all of this the police have not vetted their minds on other things that they need to? But somebody is in the custody of the police, and yet the police are still struggling to establish an evidence. Now the question again remains, why is it that the person on whose shoulders all of this are happening, and Aremeyaw have not yet been invited by the police? What is going on here? Well, do you know what? So on the back of this, the Frontline show, crack of investigators have done a series of investigations into many of the things that has happened already that the police are refusing to go into. And one, we managed to go deeper to fish out other stuff leading to the death of Mohammed Hafiz. Now, Mohammed Hafiz, as many of you recall, have mentioned his name a couple of times. He was the first person to have come out on a sister television station and expose Aremeyaw about what? Extorting $100,000 from him. How did this happen? Tonight, we are going to show you how it happened. Now, in this same investigations we are about to uncover, where Aremeyaw was also given a task to investigate this same guy called Mohammed Hafiz, together with some other suspects. And Aremeyaw was trying to build the case with a senior prosecutor in this country. And we are going to show you a video where Aremeyaw is with this prosecutor in that video, admitting before the prosecutor that yes, I have been given $100,000. In the same video, Aremeyaw also said, I gave $75,000 to the former CID boss, Edupoku. In the same investigation we are about to uncover, you are about to also hear where Aremeyaw is also trying to coerce other suspects in the investigations that they should cooperate with him to be able to what? Come much closer to arrest the gentleman by name Mohammed Hafiz. And in that conversation, Aremeyaw is heard loud and clear, told the suspect that what? Quote, he is dead already. Who is dead? Folks, try to hazard a guess. It is quite frightening tonight. You know, I have oftentimes, constantly, if you like, telling the police, I've been giving the police all the leads to look into ABCD, and the police is refusing to do this. Now, tonight we are going to prove to you why Aremeyaw said this to the suspect. And shortly after this, Mohammed Hafiz, who earlier had come on television to expose Aremeyaw of 100,000 extortion, died. Died as a result of what? As a result of food poisoning. Whether food poisoning, but the news by the wires came straight. He was poisoned. Folks, tonight a lot is coming. Brace yourself for this. Now, I don't know where to start, where to end. And there will be so many videos we are going to show you. Now, this is a pure investigative story, and we don't want it to slip. A lot is happening on the news wires. Yes, we are learning. The Chief Justice, of course, is with what? Is within 10 days bound to respond to XYZ. Is it not? Yes. FM. Again, the Vice President of this Republic, Her Excellency Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman, of course, would soon join us tonight. I'm going to give you some build-up of Nana Opoku Agyeman. But you see, Ghana is obviously a crime scene, is it not? And it's quite a funny country. Guess what? The laws of this country were written by us, not Chinese. The laws of this country were written by us, not what? The Kosomokayas and Azerbaijans and the Chinese or Koreans. Yet, in our quest to say, as it were, to prosecute, or if you like, to let's go off the seat of Chief Justice, it's like a tug of war. What is the meaning of this? How? Common law, to be able to establish that Chief Justice, you've done X, Y, Z, and this is the Premier Fache case. It's been 1 to 2 weeks. We are still talking about this in this country when there are serious matters to talk about. Folks, well, tonight there's a lot on my sheet. I don't even know where to start, where to end. But then we simply just have to get started. Praise yourself. It was more here. Be doing the quick, and I'm sure say tonight and it may be a shock. You say microphone woman. Yeah, I started my broadcasting, with radio, left radio, newspaper, television, off again, went undercover, and I'm back tonight on radio. My chief executive, tonight I'm pushing you on radio. Go there because your studio is under construction. Yeah. We see the finest, right, folks? So tonight, you know, best somewhere ne bibiano aye kama. Asemwa dahwa ne saying, and komo ye ni mu different tete. Aya asemwa ye nyanya ye chire die chire se. Ye ka se Ghana police for ekura brantie bi mu asa brantie ye friend Daniel Owusu quarantine. Now this landmark case we is refusing to go chire se. Sa asem we eno ena adahwa 6 years nye afin the Ghana police force wo monse so nipa bi a ono no eden okum sa abrante ya Ahmed Swali na Ghana foi sa abrante odo yen as ye started ye build up no the ye catch Ghana police answer abrante no ono responsible for nto munya no nemom wo monfra na Aremeyaw nas any nipa ka hu na police force wo muntimi nye se edwen ebri ye ka se police force ntimi establish any strong fashe case biase abrante no ena oyesa yet the police is been close to 1 month here. The police are still holding this guy captive in the police custody. Why? And we think say if it is not abuse of his fundamental right. Now abrante anas no to on the SCM friend. Yen fan ntwewe. Anadwi yesaya be kirew investigation bia akoswa. Some investigation ya dom we sukopa na sukwa ye dom ne jack enye bete o kire se abrante bi so a friend or a business mugre friend Mohammed Hafiz ono no be expose Aremeyaw first se Aremeyaw abebonepo age $100,000. Hey, really? Okay. Se sa na tia ene ye hwe ho asem na abrante kwan ben su na be ya obaji se sike Ubetini na ase anadwe abrante be yes expose anyway ya okoya pe in Tamale eno kowuye na investigation ya dom esukwa yetimi ensa aka no ne ya hwehwem ne yehu no e kire se police for mo mani eden e basa se bi ho eno asoso ene yesan aba ne abehwe se Ahmed Swali nso ebra ono so no ne anas Aremeyaw anas taga for ye adwuma no ono so no wa resign yo the same Ahmed Swali e ka se mi kire Ghana for say hwe ensem we kura no so de to forma o se Ghana na be sheki na be bro dia some time ago ra Canada Japan kra de pia bonten. What is going on here tonight with Mohammed Hafiz investigation there cracks of investigators on Frontline ayemu hwehwemu na de yenya wo mu no ehu kire se eho ene yete abrante anas Aremeyaw anas anka se kana sem se oni adam bofo bi omo ka Mohammed Hafiz one no investigate o ma o hia san krofo ne corporation no ka kire krofo ne se afọ Mohammed Hafiz there quote he's dead already unquote. Ye bebo video bi a kire wa oni senior prosecutor beti o mu di nkomo a o ka kire senior prosecutor na e bra na senior prosecutor na e beboa no an investigation ometum dia prosecute Mohammed Hafiz eno mo ekeka ho oho no ye ne confession kire prosecutors are $100,000 bi abanensem ebiom or the $75,000 into akoma hwan the former CID boss eyura edupoku then folks samoto me mu na niam bi say koso na say media no ntimi nshane. The last time I heard Ghana Journalists Association president or kase say Ghana police fa evidence and bar Ahmed Swali semi wo me move e de akọ you can say ECOWAS court. Really? And GJ president, you are not concerned about what is going on, Mr. President? Only concerned about what is going on until now. The Ghana police have still not yet been able to establish proper premier facie. And it's been how many days, weeks, and somebody is still in the custody of the police, yet no evidence. How many days, weeks would that guy would continue to be in the police custody? Tonight, a lot is coming. It is going to blow your mind, folks. And see, brazen, crack. Now, Shannon Suse program is proudly brought to you by Ora Blaster phone. Ora Blaster phone. Of course, we do Ghana Speaks more. Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Ora Blaster for the more catcher on the here. With him, as I say 177 into Kwana Dawson and on Mama Bomodia Quaco GBA. The Omokoji and a Dawson papa. Now, the INS say, ye boam winya asasi, so no. Na wunya asase a wetimi e de esiwo dan bia na bibia opese uye biara ora staff forces asase na wo ko honto kwa no nkrantin sikan kotokuru nuanum na ene soso ene axe na wo so ebeku ato achine so be cause on na FGBC so we him say ya enya agrodi obi peweku misrawo tato ora blaster for minum ne din sa wo so asase ya gini bebre ya gibi wo kwa benya kaso breaku denchira amasama ni sa wo mbotiano Ochine ya mi adama Tuesday bomodiana ko wo office wo fanko he ya okwa bisura na your friend Duncan but before be kon free one more telephone number then so 053-617-6327 053-617-6327 ombejo so wate na wetumi no medi nkomo kama okwa abomidi nkirom guarantee problem bi enu na ora blaster for ntumi mu ama asase ni nyebi ubesi den 3-4-5 bedroom or so and I be an here for commercial purposes. For example, say would be constructed in hostels, ama schools, and now with me see Airbnb hotel and now say upesa we then bridge the housing deficit. Therefore, upesa go into real estate. Nina no memo akwenya. As I see electricity, access road, water nina koso we need problem here. Tonight the MCR is in this very studio, Accra FM. So are you ready? I'm on share a Ora Blaster for assassin city city. Take one number from a number no Ochina Bnada Koho now no Mindinko. Take a listen to this.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Sure. I'm interested in buying a plot of land. Seeing your ads online, decided to pass by and come check it out myself. Doing business without seeing real offices these days is kind of really stressful.
What is your budget range?
Spending about 50 to 70,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow. Luckily, we have a plot of land here going within that range. Actually, at Dentra.
Oh, great. And how's the payment plan?
We have an initial deposit of 20%, outright payments, 3 months payments, 6 months payments, and 9 months payments. With the outright and 3 months, we give you 1 triple stone and 1 triple sand.
Oh, wow, interesting. Sure. And I think I'll go for the 3 months payment. When can I go view the site?
Every Saturday, 10 a.m. is site viewing.
Then I think we are good to go.
That's fine.
That's nice. Thank you. Nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business.
And your dream property with Aura Black Star Limited. Visit us today and let our expert team guide you home.
You can contact us on 030-2452-555. 030-2452-555.
Accra FM.
Our website at www.aurablackstarlimited.com. Aura Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Great, folks. Welcome back. And of course, this is the Frontline show. And up next is Ghana Speaks. And I'm Remono. Now, and I do if you have better you. Mammy Mayer, I did be quick. Baba ya divina. Mama, just a second. I mean to me, so to name. Oh, they made sure. Yeah, yes. It reminds me that radio, those days of radio, no. Sometimes you flipping, you be see na you interested there, and you ma AC call na many other day unza until na dem fanche why. Said you be your program, you just enjoy it, alright? Just enjoy the show, and of course tonight more free. I'm anone any we say bebia na many other day no. Obia interested bibia no. ubetimi a share link no the ama uniebi na uniebi so yeden enso hwe sedesi etie unhu sa enti ni na no bomodian yeden call a friend, call a brother, na ye na together we sit and talk and make a sense of it. What I say, as long as and that ya had to say CNN no you might as well any studio the work where you say broadcast from there, folks. Before we come into the announcement matters, we are learning tonight the Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman will return to Ghana soon. But sometime last week, news by the wires, and I'm going to say me back to the days. In fact, we in Shamason into Mr. Me were dreaming. Why? Who was he? We dreaming the near man share your son. The actress said, "Befa, me microphone. Okay, let's see. Sound the name my, but me sound the name banner. Many me didn't come on. Come on. Good. Okay. So me sound the MC my still okay. So, but whether sound or not, folks, sometime last week, news by the wires revealed that the Vice President, Nana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman, of course, was not well and had been flown outside the country. Well, as of now, the news by the same wires tells us she's fit and she would soon be in Ghana. But of course, doctors have given her, saying 3 weeks, and then we are also learning that the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has granted a 3 weeks leave. Is it not? That's cool. But the most important thing that struck me when the news broke was the avalanche of some men of God who claim to have prophesied about this and that they're expecting it to happen. See, there is something we have to be blunt about it. Yes, indeed, we have the physical world and the spiritual world, respectively, and incontrovertible. Right? The yati na say, ye mami enche obeba eden abeka ye ho. Enche obeba beka ye ho e Ghana ha. Na bibia ye kama. Inti 3 weeks no odeba beje na home. Yati ni na. But adebia e shake me kakra no eye say ebra news no to form no. De yatetia ne say asofo ni binimu eye dede say anio ade wo mo hye honkom no mo hye honkom na kire say eye den ebem enya sa na asembe ni but I see ati ade bia se anadwi say hwe ye wo sunsum wiase ene wo hunemu wiase ana mebo ne kre yeah ye wo sunsum wiase ye ditum ene wo hunemu wiase enti what is it? In all of the above, I've been looking forward. I've been looking for hearing any of these men of God in the body of Christ say, we are also praying for our Vice President, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman, for good health. By Yentewe. The etiane womo you can say the prophecy said, oh yeni ehu ye me na mete ye me na me hu say and a year then a sub in previous asembia me pesa me dem obeka. And sometimes over the weekend there was this news break say mami bia ombeke kan say on poto. But tonight, of course, my sweetheart to be here program we live in Holland, and I'm saying the first time watching the show, and also to know that the television program is being broadcast from the radio event saying studios. Yes, of course. Yavim, salute you, right? Yavim is watching this show tonight from Amsterdam. or may I say Holland. It's the very first time Vim is watching this show. So yeah, have the Vim. I am broadcasting live from Accra FM 100.5, and of course dozens of stations, including one more show, Amsterdam. So yeah, Vim, have the Vim big one. Now, amount for a software can say no. Na yen kasi ye mompaye mano nemum se beya. One more semo mo kan no, one be jatum se oh, anio vice president ono no hye na bim na efa hene na sen hene yesi na enwa den. Now, then again, so the question I also again asking myself, say, where are these two prophets who we've known for more than decades in this country? So who shame we see our Ghana ha? Asofo no mu achemienu FM. Yepel asofo no mu achemienu. Ye wo asofo a won mu ewo ma NDC fo. Ene ye wo asofo a won so wo ema hwanam MPP fo. Absolutely incontrovertible. That is the fact. Nobody can challenge it. So there and there, I started asking, the two men of God at my boom within pain our television. So not too long, about a month ago. One, where are the following men of God for the NDC? Prophet Nigel Gazi and Prophet Bedu Kobi. Where are they? Why is it that all of a sudden these men of God for the NDC have disappeared from the NDC's spiritual radar? Why? Mibisa mo said nasa asofo emi no mo hemfa. Because for the media grows on ready because what I do know is say sa asofo yi dede ekunye enyoma three fundamental enyoma enemetimi akan say. One, they stood on their altar and issued a word from the altar. A word was said from their altar in support of the National Democratic Congress. Two, they also made some prayers for the National Democratic Congress, especially John Dramani Mahama. And number three, by their words from their altar, they ensured that their members in the church and Ghanaians as a whole ebe support to NDC. Mumpe we na mopedi hine. Ghana for Assemna Mekano, I am speaking to the National Democratic Congress in Penifo. Munti asemi ye. Now, on this same show a month ago na make a these names, two men of God, I called their names and I said, NDC4, when you're very careful about this. Specifically, I was calling on the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to embrace these guys and embrace them heartedly, because they have shared their their hard-earned reputation, their altar, their words with the National Democratic Congress. And the Mekaya Besi say, now we are beginning to see a certain fashion be a course in the religious circles. John Dramani Mahama as circle no any asophobia ebeya. And that's why I mentioned those two men of God currently on the TV, Nigel Gazi and Prophet Bedu Kobi. Said, Mr. Mahame, respectfully, Sebeya, Asofia wo form do mo hihye dem wa mo ye mpaye nan. Fa sankrofo yi mienu ya we fence o spiritual your friend is saying you can say abasakomu left right. No mo no mo mpaye sense de hia dem no mo wo ho ma wo. Ewiase de hu ewe bibifo ye hu ne say yenya twom no say aben no a aya soche no e na obehu adofo nanso sa adofo no mo nya adofo papa. Many times I've said this to you, say uni my dear say akwe my mama scenario bi. That is what I need to tell you, say uni abobi ti say kraman sebin pray any need to fear or your pet. So when kramani pie na mo kwa koto ade na bita na kramani di wechi a ono wo kosa o But at a point in Bunse Kramana sign or sign ube trawichi na Kramana sign. No one say was sign. But nipa da se nini won namwa was sign when it trim and so no diwechi. Muti the Americano nipa da se ni was sign yo yet no diwechi. No one nam. And to me, as so far appear the latter day saints as so far appear by ya. One more be your prophecies dear and near dear. Edema don't Dramani Muhammad. I am scared. But I can again say some offense are so far regardless of whether you believe in their spirituality, you don't believe. For the very first every year campaign on their altar, every year campaign openly in the media space for the NDC. Please give it up for them. Yenini pantra ayumonyo kwansu sao. Evantefoka sebisu no. Ayumonyo utrimu yen chese mi hu sera menka no. Yenini pantra sa, and it is very dangerous. Indeed, we are menka saying we are hearing from some reliable intelligence source suggesting that some men of God who supported candidate John Dramani Mahama during the campaign have also been rewarded handsomely. Accra FM. And I'm just throwing a question tonight. Is this true or false? Can somebody confirm this to me, whether or not those two men in the ministry, currently you have seen them on the screens, have also been rewarded? Have they? Dear Martin is here. Asofobi omwa. Mika say, according to reliable source, ya mo bia bibi kramon fan to hwehwam ho binim ni ade. That is including say some of the Asofo bi krana a prophesy against John Dramani Mahama have also been sorted out. And the NDC should speak now about some of these men of God. Is it true or a lie? But I don't know if the two guys like Beduko Binimone, your friend is saying, have been sorted. I don't know. Maybe one more kasani yensi ebete. But me yes, I have crusaded against these two men of God sometime in the years back, not now. Me mubu masumi nyendi pa bonesa. No, o papa muni yebeka, o boni muni yebeka. Nene dia mete krano areho. Chrese. With somebody like Ora Bedukobi, I am told, this is what I whispered somewhere, said he's lost about 5 houses, sold all of them to defray a certain debt. Adentia. Nature says we tunya ton dan be makomako be num e de ekotua ka bia nature say bia na sebi misreka wo e bia na de odi kura na e bia na woni bi. Ora Niger gazing so em say America tuo bia ye didi na echi no wonya kwaye mu kro befa. The National Democratic Congress, please wake up. Sure? The last time me be say a question bin so efidie so. Minim say journalists bin mu mama post me ade. Then I ask my own. If me ba CTV ha e bisa say Accra FM. My own boss Ayora Kwesi Che Dakwa. Post ben me. This is about the second time me bisa say post ben and amodiama Kwesi Che Dakwa. But you can know. It's not because it's my own. And but so why not? Before Kwesi Che Dakwa joined CMG group of companies, Kwesi Che Dakwa was a strong advocate in many circles, in many media houses, and he became one of the talking shop. He appeared on many channels and spoke and warned a lot of people wholeheartedly for the National Democratic Congress. And I've been asking him, what can you do? But make us say there are some self-style kind of saying entertainment phobia post but somebody like Kwesi Che Dakwa you'll be as much me denying this. Na me bawo matimi mponi na trans ye no de say je de mo ye touching de no me boys ye de tie ba bi do but at least enipa momo enim de Kwesusu nim de or the border enye yi na. And I know say somebody like Julius Debra know Kwesi very well. I know said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama know Kwesi very well. but I see so dogo bi every day appointment kwasi enye dia kwame kwadwo kwasinum ni ade o fuse na bugara nam ne kranen ene dia ne gise kwasi se edin fuse na nam ne Mustafa nam ne sa ene o manengo mude ya sofo no na mude yi bi nso a glaringly we know they were being supportive. In the same spirit, the diasporan group of the National Democratic Congress have left back to their base without any reward. NDC, BBA. One more in London and other parts of the world, Ebe the National Democratic Congress, and Amanoni Fono, Womu di Sikaba and Mniade, Omoko back. Reward be any. But me, I still stay, would say, the National Democratic Congress, whether you like it or not, you may need some of these men of God to guide you in your spiritual direction to rule this nation called Ghana. Mupeo. Shamuntumi ntu monsuno nkofa nsuno foforo monsuno obi nsuno embehemu me kana krana kyeremo. Enti asofo na mudi sikedi akomomo no a. Sabri omadia megya mo ankasa your own out there like the Bedukobis and the Nigerians no munhwe biye. A day is coming out, they will speak. Me say, a day is coming, these guys, they will speak. Be they make go hona mako. Someone be ye juma, fine. Mon fe ye juma. Mwa semwa. Somebody like Kwesi Cheze, Kwesi no, Kwesi sabi. Kwesi woni BBD. Yeah, I think so. He has his own. I mean, he has a lot. Some companies and whatnot, and some outside deals. Kwesi feels so okay, but me say, "Hey, and you may be a modiamoma many pebi wa bonteno." Yes, we are fatal. God. Still, Ghana Speaks Part 1 Politics of Today. Tonight, the Frontline show of Yunra Anasin Seminum. The Frontline show want to probe further to establish the circumstances leading to the death of Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi, the CEO of Halfred Company Limited, who earlier was contracted by Omega Strategic Service to provide security services, whilst Almod Company Limited supply gold. Afia the mu ransom. Now, companies ya mabubo mudin mebe chreche oni na omuni paban. Ye be wura nsem no mu ye mu wate bibia se. Kire se mame enya de bi by way of giving you a history of this individual called Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi. Na mebo video bi a kire mo before mebo video no. Mame mamo Hafiz ye ni bia. No, or a businessman, big one, a business mogul. Tamale or any business, namniade. Or sansu security companies are providing security services. Inti dia koba and say, Mr. Mo, munto companies into her. There is a company ye from Omega Strategic Service for one more a company on we age maybe brave. And to one more be contracted company be from Almod for no be day. Almod for no supply Omega Strategic for no gold. And almost cycle contracted a company a friend Halfred Company Limited. And also a company why dear a Mohammed Hafiz Nidia. No jumo be say no obe provide security obe provide security consultancy e dey ama time a year transport to gold na dey akono ono ne jumo be no na enumu e na sa companies 3 enime bi ankoyi so Omega Strategic 4 ye den wonomu e contracted Tiger Eye say Tiger Eye for enquiry investigations emfa yes, our company, Halfred Company Limited, belonging to Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi. Eno pape one anas sami anas benya an eye contact. Into during the investigations, you know, ena pape allegation kesiema say anas Ebe investigation on your investigation. And ask be yes or no on your day. On mano sika na investigation wo measure said on be no. According to Hafiz, my boss had tape now sometime last week. So then what happened is saying organize $50,000 the manas and on Mohammed Hafiz is not down for and so organize $50,000 the manas making $100,000 and see pape ne background kaka media mamuno now yanko enim ni say the investigations was again, as I've said, sponsored by the company called Omega Strategic Forum, who earlier had also contracted company called Armored Company Limited to supply the gold, and Halfred Fence and Company also contracted to what belonging to Mohammed Hafiz also a juma na so almost say as almost provided security services during the transporting of the gold. Folks, me be video be mamahwe, but before the video, let's read a transcript. Transcripts be video na me be yachro na the transcripts na me be yachro no. Now, time anas yes investigation or the report be any new maybe command the prosecutor na owo or ye senior prosecutor or the command say on hwe nyoma or ye so far na on the prosecutor ni di nkomo in some o keka wo de Jack the Frontline show ya transcripts of nkoma on ye saying on a year can say state prosecutor ni di into meaning kan young go through the transcript and send me video natural now anase be shasi akasa folks ahanya grown ye deal we have the time and we have cracks of what forensic investigators, cracks of what field investigators bebre, and we have top level investigators in many international intelligence agencies when we monitor what is going on here in Ghana. Now yenti anas common on a prosecutor and anas na say off the phone. Ubetin now video and someone making ubetin now video mo. TM or say off the phone. Hafiz quickly back convince Mubarak that what's it's $1.9 million. I have shared it to the police and some other people so the case won't go anywhere. So spend yours and let me spend mine. And as next say you, that's what happened. So his mind changed. Prosecutor no edges was and as baby or say first he had heard so much about me. He said he was very shocked about the details I've gotten concerning the matter. And that he was very scared about the issue and that his biggest worry, and he said had been so foolish in the matter, was by telling Hafiz to transfer his portion of the money to Egbert's account as part of his booty. Anas negusu kase yonti muntie nsam ye. Anas sababim or say the way he blew the money, girls, some Miss Malaika people, and then some northern chiefs. He brought about 30 northern chiefs. Now one northern chief, if he's coming, he has the entourage, about 25 people. He brought them. He was injected by the question of the prosecutor. See, prosecutor or say prosecutor Nebeka so say what were they going to do? Ubisa question and ask the response. Or say actually he said he was organized. He said he was organized some piece something concept for them. Prosecutor Nebeka say prosecutor peace concept. Again, she interjected with a question. Anas somebody or say money organized the National Theatre and brought all the northern chiefs, brought all musicians, Miss Malaika people, paid everybody. Anas to us or say that's what Hafiz did, and then bought Tuareg. As for the girls, they had them on TV. This part was not clear. That is why and maybe ube hunisa ti Anas santo as say Now, let me do the first one before I move on to the second one. This was the Tunde video. I feel prosecutor prosecutor I hope the sound quality is good. Prosecutor Nibisa question. And ask the answer. I say very good. My cameras are. I say professional. It was very early in the morning. I feel your team of investigators actually be my main country. I say professional. It was very early in the morning because that is the only time, and he was very scared. He didn't want me to come to the house. And that's like I say professional. It was very early in the morning because that is the only time, and he was very scared. He didn't want me to come to the house because what? And a prosecutor and say prosecutor and it was say it's in Hausa. And on in a can with you, Hausa. And as be here and was say, yes, I will tell you. He says that when he calls all of them, nobody can deny, and that they have not been truthful to him. And as be answer, I'll say, you know, he's an ex-military guy. Prosecutor bisa someone say, Mubarak is another suspect. And as be just say, yeah, he's an ex-soldier. Prosecutor say, really? Prosecutor Bisa say, was he dismissed? And asked by Jesus, yes. I don't know for what, but he was dismissed. His father too was a military officer. And asked by also say, he's a barracks boy, so he can shoot. He has every skill, yeah. And asked to also say, should I call my bankers? Here he wanted to call his bankers there and there. Parts of the dialogue was not clear, especially where the prosecutor was laughing. So where Anas said it is fraudulent deal. Now, Chef Anas Betuas was saying it is a fraudulent deal, and he would settle everybody so that it will not go anywhere. Prosecutor, they have really been working hard settling everybody. Anas Betuas was saying misdemeanor 1.9 million from where? Who did they take it from? And he started telling me how telling me how the people came in and they were working with them, and how so that time they buy me with $100,000 because he somehow relates to me, somehow I don't know. And as they can say, also Mutono we're saying $100,000. Folks, dear, maybe end it. Prosecutor and baby say, is it the two of them? And as the respondent said, no, it was a Baba Tunde. He now wanted to fight for himself. Prosecutor, tell me the amount transferred to him. And as the judge say $5,000. Prosecutor and baby say, we all want money. We all need money. And as I say, exactly. And as Beji so saying exactly. Then and the prosecutor say, so that is the reason why I had to know what evidence you have. And then we turn it in to suit the presentation you have to do in court. And as Beji also say, they have because I went with the police. I then Edupoku was then the CID boss, so I met him and I gave him $75,000. Folks, question remain. The $75,000 now. Anas Aremeyaw Anas Odema CID boss says he can efrihe esikabenya ebiom the $100,000 near demand is free. But folks, me nchawo bebe bought tape recording and kasa chiro. Na wa weti nkoma a course with the prosecutor. Now folks, tonight and they see a unit picture such as we here, the Frontline show, have uncovered the event saying and I see pictures already. Now maybe you video actually we are somebody will come on the line to give us more perspectives and analysis about this particular video. Any win some no with me now the video now about Besheno and now Sankasa in a video. Folks, MCR, my video now ready. All right, folks, take a listen to this video. Listen here, papa. Exactly as the transcript in my day. Me kind on emu enkomo and our baby video. So take a listen to this.
Of your phone. Hafiz quickly went back, convinced Mubarak that what's your problem? It's $1.9 million. I've shared it to the police people. So the case won't go anywhere. So spend yours, let me spend mine. That's what Hafiz did. So his mind changed about the issue. And he said he was first he had heard so much about it, so he said he was very shocked about the details that I had gotten at the matter. And that he was very scared about the issue. And that's his biggest worry. And he said he had been so foolish in the matter was by telling Hafiz that Hafiz should transfer his portion of the money into Egbert's account as part of his booty. Madam, the way they blew the money, girls, some Miss Malaika people, and then some Northern chiefs. He brought about 30 Northern chiefs. Now, one Northern chief, if he's coming, he has about the entourage of 25. He brought them back. So he said he organized some peace, something concert for them. Money.
Peace concert.
Well, organized the National Theatre. And brought all the Northern chiefs, brought all musicians, Miss Malaika, paid everybody. That's what I think they did. And then bought Tuareg. As for the girls, they had not seen. Keep them.
So now let me have a look at.
Okay, let me do the first one before I move on to the second. This was the video. Very
press, change.
It was very early in the morning. It was like really time. And he was very scared. He didn't want me to come to his house. So, chief, if he's coming here about the entourage of 25, he brought them time to do. So he said he organized some peace, something concert for them. Money, peace concert, where organized the National Theatre. And brought all the Northern chiefs, brought all musicians, Miss Malaika, everybody. That's what he did. And then bought Tuareg. Get all as for the girls they had in one team.
So now let me have a look at.
Let me do the first one before I move on to the second. This was the video. Yes, I will tell you. He says that when he calls all of them, nobody can deny, and that they have not been truthful to him. You know he's an ex-military guy. Yeah. He's an ex-soldier. And he was very sick. He didn't want me. Yes. I don't know for what he was saying. His father too was a military. It's about so you can shoot. He has every skill. Yeah. Should I come? He wanted to come.
Me, if I'm calling my bank, there's nobody who will respond and know that. Oh God, have mercy.
He won't have. It's a problem to tell everybody so that it will not go anywhere. I will tell you. He says that when he calls all of them, nobody can deny and that they have not been truthful to him. I don't know for his father, where I'll put it in here. He was a military. From where? Who did they take it from? And he started telling me how the people came here, they were working with them, and how, so at that time, they buy me with $100,000. But he somehow relates to me. Somehow, I don't know.
The two of them.
No, it was the Babaki. He now wanted to fight for himself.
Told me the amount transferred to me. $5,000. You don't want to
Exactly.
money. So that's the reason why I have to know what the evidence you have. And then you tune into the presentation you have to do in court.
They have, because I went with the police. I then the Dupuku was then the PI. And I gave him $75,000. Hafiz quickly went back. This mobile, what's your practice? It's 1.9 million. I've sent it to the police. So the case won't go anywhere. So spend yours, let me spend mine. That's what I feel. So it's my case. He said he was very he had heard so much about it. He said he was very shocked about the details that I had gotten. He was very serious about the issue. That his biggest one, and he said he was open. Was by telling Hafiz that Hafiz would transfer his portion of the money to the part of it. Madam, we blew the money. Some Miss Malaika people, and then some nodding chief. The people came here, they were working with them, and now one nodding chief. If you come in here about them for us, they brought them back. Actually, they organized something for them. Somehow, I don't know. Money. Organized the national theatre and brought all the Northern, brought all musicians, and this is like everybody. That's what I see. And then bought, yes, bought, you are right. Get as for the girls. Because I went with the I then let me do the first one before I move to the other. I'll give him $75,000. I just quickly went back on this mobile.
Okay, so folks, welcome back, and of course,
it was very early.
Just gone past
AM
Komwan. Anas
he was very scared. He didn't want
any state prosecutor Edim Komo. San Komo Omudie. Anomudie. Eno. Ena mede ehon Vincent transcript and ekacho nankomo emunsem ehupa. Now, of course, on the line, Eno Kofi Ejiri, of course, is the director of research at the Frontline show, and also a senior investigator, cracked indeed. Now, when we study sa video we, now the whole sembi ebeguho, Emma Wankasa wait me who no one has said they say at here. Mamma Manas namine Eno Kenyan Community. Kofi, good evening. And some data annual, yeah, Pemsua has say. Namonso,
that we still see the Chenda Kaya, so a bayer, Eko political office you say ko lo ma mu which is which. We see to the
This is me. Unza.
Asa ke wo radio this.
Emo. And then my name is Bossy Nano. We've been on radio TV. Yes. You remember KKD 45.
You know what I mean?
I wish I can tell my voice to that of Kwesi when he was on radio. And that time said that Kwesi voice is quite slim kakra. Hey, this time Kwesi Charlie never tells how. Kwesi the finest, and of course Kwesi has been an inspiration to all of us, and radio and all of that.
Absolutely.
And they have a investigative in us. Kofi, yes. Tonight we have a serious business. Now about 2-3 videos are over tonight. First is the one just gone past, and it's saying. Aremeyaw anas any prosecutor no etwa womo edin komo give us a sense of direction and all about what we need to know about this very conversation between him and the prosecutor. Take over from there.
Good. It's today my Elekanom. Let me also add this to the whole thing there. Saleh's documentary no waya no on ankasa waya one script or dialogue ni. And our Frontline so what build it and so on dialogue. It's baby of why watch out the words no highlight na the now any. It's the boom there. I wouldn't read different from script now. No what a offended Saleh's one documentary into that must be made clear no being why the Frontline food the that be another different from what is on the screen. What is on the screen here? Saleh's on one script on one year, and on one A. But any year Frontline for so what's on the research team what they saw and I want so what script accordingly. Now, what the day now at the beginning of the conversation, I bet today announced like the off the phone. I want no more problem kakra. Because why the book could be in office in the first place? Hidden camera. I want to know yada meant asset. Why will you walk to somebody's office with a hidden camera? But then I know I record. I'm going to work at the office. It's perhaps when you get a full taper, probably the understanding will be made there. Okay, the matter. It's at that very moment the camera was off. Into the camera now off. The next conversation be all keep off camera or off record. Damina move identify. Imuno ena okaka prosecutor ne day. Chinquentus 100,000. I to offending 20 at the month. Omano Chinquentus another cash $100,000. That's one a confession. Also, I was expecting there at that very moment, prosecutor will be sent the 100,000 for what another dividend. But another said you can't the buying. In other way, he was bought or he was bribed. And you're not standing in Mason. Into name Peranka prosecutor no back be there for Bawankashi. Then another name was mentioned. The director of let's say COP director of CID for the COP Dupoku. This name was mentioned. Where no so $75,000 was also given, to him. And so now I no so the them Chinquentus other man. As that the them Chinquentus man there, I have bribe, and I have gift no so prosecutor may be some hoshi. It's a one naturally in Tiasino or Moake. It's a walk a crown on my understanding the one Nimpananka Sadatum the wage bribe. None also swag out to one would be cash. Contest for the cash in the main panel. I want to subsequently, the Madi see 2009, you're going to him. Don't hold 10 or see 2009. Now, subsequently, a bomb there, or prosecution or friend, Ellen sees something, yeah. Ellen about out the release first statement. But today, the documentary now, the whole thing in one coin because the fee there. They were not fair to her. Baby was document from a bomb there. But how much was transferred? I didn't sound like to me. But it was one to me, but okay to him. And indeed, the team was also be meeting them. He been sitting differently. But yeah, go forward in the book that there's a publication by Modern Ghana which will also give a different angle. And you do into you do a better to me and not to him no the bet him. But now let's go with Mananka Sarkan there to hello, put on line though.
Yeah, what's so Kasa?
It's you do I want to obey him the to him and to him another to her another reference to me. Let me put it right. Go into the mountain. You do down publication that you born. Oh, you know, now sounds okay. Kennedy, a Japan. And I'm not done documentary, but out to them. A footage or picking or a documentary called Who What Is a Watchman. And also, Kennedy would declare the will, but only at all. Daniel Motuini, she was quick to respond to it. So I was expecting there. Then press release now, other out no. Like the same press release no. Only seen 1st July 2018. The same press release and could address them $75,000 no. But also address $100,000 or one cash. Interestingly, the press release no will be able to my check that press release no. Or 1st January 2018, but to my check now in whom you I think graphic online you get it. That is 1st July 2018. Then press release no. As some candidate. The third video no one some party it was doctored. Minimum we feel that they were getting delay from 2011 to 2013 no. We feel the account I think from 2009 added by 2013 we feel the account on man nas court investigation you know. We feel that the man didn't count no man judges investigation I don't know. And one also some problem. Because one, conversation or court or your officer between Anna and us, baby, and you are an architect and the judges be corrupt. So I wonder why she got that impression. Maurice press statement. Interestingly, you know, conversation I saw court or waka $75,000 on home, waka $100,000 on home, will be cut off the camera. Linear one cash on home. Judges one documentary, another one investigation on for BBN Hono. She was able to tell that we believe that can crown no delays in the whole process no crown and namdoma and care investigation. That's why there any announce no some connection be. So because about some conspiracy theory based on them press release now. No so our can. It's sir yakare into detail into this whole conversation now. The main things I wonder first, and that's openly said it there, one man of cash of $100,000. Now no king, and you're not king. Don't look at it almost $75,000. Again, the question is, why would you walk to somebody's office with a hidden camera? And again, when you put on no recording, so maybe you might no record. I really have no idea. So this means that at any time, Diana Webber will be no office. Let's the camera somewhere record. No people say the best thing when they import a video no anas. Then press release here making 1st July 2018 was graphic online. Now many care there that video in import woman was anas. Anas not friend or not because of any investigation or about forward.
Yeah, it was this particular video and also by me for no so say it was this particular video so now you tender in Accra High Court between Anas versus Kennedy Japan. And it turned out to be this video and Aremeyaw admitted yes he's the one, correct? Yes, we'll come there. Good. Because you don't do one or your publication. Okay. Other videos not about so you come there. But for now no, I'm sticking to what is in the video. Then subsequent videos number not other ones number. Then the last one will be the Modern Ghana publication or one near about insane back again. Until for now no. I had in this particular one in relation to this very video I say it is because prosecutor Nankasa for press statement and I announced no what court. Interestingly, it's not Nankasa about out. I bet I don't know how offended video in me. The prosecutor record of my name the prosecutor now and he said a dining room a damn one we're dining one I guess no record no. I say, I want to know you shit. I want to know you shit. Also, that day, who watches the watchman, that was TV tradition, that was join you.
I mean, I think that was one who even interviewed, not say, but you know me. Do you think that was me? I want to quite down and say, Yano. But one person in front of so I'll make it later. You're better. You know, I think that this very footage, you know, in Yama Adaba out, it's been out without one.
But Kofi, quickly, you be the other 8-minute video now and let's watch it because and Ghana for be who why Anas Aremeyaw made a statement codes. He's dead already, sort of blah blah blah. Great. But when isn't this also quite intriguing? Say Otimi State is $100,000 US Abaniho. Now you juxtapose this one to that of the earlier assertion by Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi, the late. Say Odinkama Ghana 40 as or the says Kaya Bra Nasa. And then he bet me I say Papa Nuwenia and Anas admitted in this video between himself and the state prosecutor. True or false?
Yeah, I want to two or true at the same time or false. A very good question, maybe a very, very good question. About to my true because Akwana Gasano consistently was saying that he is ready to go to any shrine via war not they are the Anas Ageno $50,000 But about that case Nagasa was thrown out. I think somewhere 2013 so when he was taken to court and there was no grounds to establish there and that's the Kana be them. It's one of them. I don't know what the truth. I mean, always they say the lies in the one.
Okay, quick one. What's gonna be the assertion also on $75,000 US? I'm gonna come out former CID boss.
Yeah. I want to say a very good point. Again, no, that video no, Mesha, I do a meta woman the one and that's here for the Christmas. At Mercy, on here for the Christmas on Chadekwa. It's no contest now, and I'm doing my $75,000 no could be CID boss no one. I want one chip and a prosecutor and also one cash on. Into one will be able to market, then it means that there's a conspiracy between them.
Great. Then wouldn't that also again help and also the M1 Obia M for me opinion said then not just walk on my papa and bribe said the bear and some obey me soft in the hands. I
don't see them no cuckoo. That way now so be about you panel and funny me chuck a gun or ababamo to go boom like that. I mean, it don't make sense. Especially at the time when the man look could not have fixed the police station. No watching no other though. At the time now the conversation could not have fixed no day. And at that time is also no opposition and I'm in charge of the said case. It's no so obi for that over the meaning na do ko botuma connect that $75,000 no at the Kabrabe or CID boss no them no people to makan no because back there contest was not specified the only confession over adinu money $100,000 agazake the wide no and the open confession go na okay but the contest for the $75,000 no the man you need so contract no so okay a gift to or one of them was not specified in that conversation.
Great.
So one of that is the
good one. Good one. All right, Kofi, stay a while longer there. Nefi, you may check it the other video. Now, again, in his bid to unravel deeper into knowing more about Mohammed Hafiz Abdullahi, Aremeyaw met 3 suspects in the Newtown hideout. And in a conversation, Aremeyaw told the 3 suspects something, and I quote, "He is a dead man already," unquote. Question remain, who was Aremeyaw referring to? Why? Folks, at this time, before Director of Research joins us, maybe I'll be video at no wait here. You video and okay, will come in again and then over analysis. Aha. And the me with ye. If you are someone one can say ura Aremeyaw ekafa eye ura Mohammed Hafiz and one when you're the baby corners. That I'm no we. But as some Anas catch 3 suspects in there. Oh, after Mohammed Hafiz there. Not just all refer to Papa no same or you're dead already no. Na Papa no we. Dinti na be ma Anas aka sa asem we. Actually sa 3 suspects we. Ni be wienzu na anche Papa yi ko tamale obi besie ena chese papa we kunya ni wu ewu ewuranom mama me enfensem ni niagro obi an kasa Maybe you video naturally we are Enoch Bessian back. Now I may more analysis of this particular video. Take a listen to this.
Like I said, the investigation is here. I'm Kagane, it's here. I'm but you have seen me. Don't like it. They kill a shikuna to find Kagane.
To see, Kudina. Now what can $500 and something $1,000.
I can show you. I can take it to my bank.
No, so how much?
I can take it to my bank. It's about 75.
75,000.
75 draft in Arena. The first money he transferred $1,000. The first money he transferred is 195. I can tell you.
Okay, fine.
The 195.
Now hold on. The money is 1.9 million. Now, if they decide not to trace all the other accounts, how are they going to retrieve the money back?
No, me and my group and Babadia group. Listen, he did only one transfer. The rest he withdraw it cash to other people. Me, he told me Hafiz does not like to.
It's difficulty.
You're putting $75,000. How withdraw?
75,000. 75 drafted by me. 95 Monday banning. Ni couldn't the need kids account already. They sharing a long time. It's a she in a chili in a beer, other people. She never 75, never 117 into my account.
$170,000.
Yes. He gave me a draft of 195.
This one is real. Then you want
in this case, that's your money.
For you to enter to withdraw.
No. When I even withdraw,
it will create more problems.
What the lawyer should do is, in the Aremeyaw, she has a lawyer, Kagane. Yeah, tell Mr. Mangaskia, she brother, she go yagan, the one she go the yagan, Susunati. I'm a Gaskia Sunga, Mishigaskia, and transfer Kagane 170, 195. 195 transfer. I mean, yes, I can have another check. Another check of 75,000.
Yeah, you will promise mark and money.
One night I will never bank the bank and my draft man. I will now.
Okay. So, with this, how do we know that we transfer put in Nayaba others? Because the whole idea, and how do you also know that when he's in trouble, he's not going to say he's giving you money? He's not going to. He's not wise.
He's so stupid. He doesn't know business.
Are you getting it? And they won't spare him.
No, but problem naniba. Other people they Byron. That's why you like me as a brother because of Baba Mika's only know. And when the story is coming, everybody protects whatever he has. Me, I afford to tell you the truth. I can take you to my bankers here. Kagani and now back a draft the 2 officers took a sign from Amal Bank. 195,000 US. They asked at yesterday's one, Namashina Dukisunia Sunesh. To Allah, sir. But tell the Shibank, Madubanina.
I told you he was in Lumi.
Kagane, I was not there. So, as I came yesterday, Najeda, you company account. Nana, so she brother Nana. The difficulty lays, sir. Kagane, so that I can withdraw that one and give it to Baba and
So if the man begins, HO, Baba Mubarak Kaka.
Ninda Sunday Prince. Yabasu Prince almost about 400,000. Near Gavin Plane series. Yabasu. Yagami Asad, Shikaranji Mubarak. These people have given them the money. I've given them this, I've given them because I want a program 3 days ago. I was working at Richinama.
She Nasani, I Nafadima, Nafadi as sponsor. It is said to a reg.
And I don't want to see the
how do you do? Beautiful girls. Girls.
I don't want to the you understand? Even DJ Nilajana can be checking now. Before I leave to Lume, that is why I want in the morning I want to collect the draft quickly. So myself and Baba, we don't have Baba de within the passport issue. That is one. Ninawa, my account issue is one of it. I will not say I will not be
mass account to the bank. But couldn't she go back? She come with you withdraw the share about the Mutani. I see this go back about.
Because they couldn't be Mubarak Ebani, it was in cities.
Of course. And in the bank they don't give dollars.
Yeah, no.
They give now. Can you touch that?
It's a very difficult question. Don't as at the yesterday meetings with the bankers and all that, the orders was that freeze everything. Freeze
from Ama.
Yes.
Rama will trace the rest of the
freeze everything that has gone ought to be freezed. And then also wherever money has gone ought to be chased. It was so blunt as at yesterday. Now I'm thinking of how do you turn this back? For example, if there are two people that he sent money to, how do I turn it around? If it is to just one and he only made withdrawals and give. You understand? But if there are 2-3 banks, 2-3 transfers, then the bank will be obliged to do so. Then the lawyer will be obliged. Because look, eventually,
the other one,
hold on.
Abbas opened an account in the same bank.
They will trace it. No, that one where they open another account and did that.
I don't know
movement.
who gave anything outside, but to me alone, this is what I'm telling you.
Okay,
he gave me 195,000.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm trying to look for the best possible ways. As for refusing to chase the bank, it might be difficult because I don't know what the statement looks like at this stage. So let's assume
I'm saying this is you know they have blocked my account.
Yes.
Honestly, we should use Baba. Say Baba. That defrost the account for me. Also some money bad reputation with the bankers. And then me with my bank deal. I know I don't have a problem. But in the tracing number up to that level.
Okay. But first of all, what I will need you to do is a proper confession that will put him in the hand.
No problem.
Because he's a dead man already. He's such a foolish man.
No problem. So if you have called me, now I will say Allah. This Allah so she brother and the people in the side. So that I can withdraw that one and give it to Baba.
So if the man begins, Baba Mubarakaka.
Linda Sunday, friends. You have passed friends almost about 400 now. And you have played series. Now, you have passed. You have given us this people have given them the money. I've given them this. Because I want to program 3 days ago. That's how I can get this number.
I sponsor. It is a Tuareg.
And I don't want to see the
beautiful girls.
I don't want to see you understand? Even DJ can be checked now. Before I listen to the man, that is why I want in the morning I want them to look at the fast quickly. So myself and Baba, we don't have Baba within the passport issue. That is one. Ninawa, my account issue is one of it. I will not say I will not be mass account to the bank.
She come with you withdraw the share about the Mutani. I see this go back about.
Because they couldn't be Mubarak Ebani, it was in cities.
Of course. And in the maximum they don't give dollars.
Yeah, no.
They give
Now, can you touch that?
It's a very difficult question. Don't as at the yesterday meetings with the bankers and all that, the orders was that freeze everything. Freeze
from Amma.
Yes.
Rama will freeze the rest of it.
Freeze everything that has gone ought to be freezed. And then also wherever money has gone ought to be chased. It was so blunt as at yesterday. Now I'm thinking of how do you turn this back? For example, if there are two people that he sent money to do what? How do I turn it around? If it is to just one and he only made withdrawals and gave. You understand? But if there are 2-3 banks, 2-3 transfers, then the bank will be obliged to do so. Then the lawyer will be obliged. Because look, eventually,
the other one,
hold on.
Abbas opened an account in the same bank.
They will trace it. No, that one where they open another account and did that.
I don't know who gave anything outside, but to me alone, this is what I'm telling you.
Okay,
he gave me 195,000.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm trying to look for the best possible ways. As for refusing to chase the bank, it might be difficult because I don't know what the statement looks like at this stage. So let's assume
I'm saying this is you know it. They have blocked my account.
Yes.
On the same issue, it is Baba. Same Baba. That defroze the account. Also some money bad reputation with the bankers. And then me with my bank there. I know I don't have a problem. But in the trace number up to that level.
Okay. But first of all, what I will need you to do is a proper confession that will put in the hand.
No problem.
Because he's a dead man already. He's such a foolish man.
No problem. I want to buy. So if you have called me, now I will say, look at Allah. This can president do not get that.
So he
now, can you touch that?
Well, folks, so just gone past a video. Sa video, this is a secret video recording. Anas Aremeyaw Anas Ankasa and this is the video a capture Aremeyaw and his suspect way in a new town hideout. Eho me show so biate. Anas capture sa suspect way there. Mohammed Hafiz, as for him, is a dead man. Folks, mean delay because there's another video I be watch now. Ebra Anas, the former and late President Evans Fifi Atamra so odi huni ankrofo sa video ni beba but before no Enoch Kofi Ejiri, Director of Research, comes in to help us with more analysis on this. Kofi, back to you.
This very video, no, baby, I am a so pan the way Anas was stressing on girls. How we no man in the papa.
Na girls ni hiana pa guess. Guess ni hiana.
So from after this 8 minutes work here on the screen, Yashia, that is from 40 seconds. Wallo kwakisi 47 one.
Correct.
There. And that's be said very important because let's now try to establish there. The statement, no, he is already a dead man. No. Who was he referring to? We were kind of would be anything, but we are going to base on this whole thing on that chip. Again, the Frontline show, we are not going with a script now or what me. No, we are doing our own analysis on what we've seen. So this is it. Is there a question be there? when they decide to trace all the accounts, how are you going to retrieve your money? That question, obey. That question, and ask Obisa them question. Let's also understand one thing, that the characters involved in this whole documentary, you find a way bear 5, and that's Nankasa himself being the protagonist. Now antagonist na bear 4. 4 na bear Hafiz winning baby ko. No 2, I bear 2 then Mubarak and no one new town. Now last but not the least, one prince be our accomplice also the whole thing be no Kotonu Benin. Internet, these are the characters in this whole scenario me creating. Now, and that's no Obisa them question no. No Mubarak kede 10 years or say Hafiz does not lie to me. Hafiz does not lie to me. So at that very point, naturally Hafiz has become the center of the conversation, and no other person. Baby, one and that's not but I try not okay Hafiz in the balloon to Mumbo into a prince. Now, Mubarak prince is some accord to no prince, and that's not with Hafiz. So, FM. This is the second time the name has been mentioned in the context of this conversation. Now, the me do not boy no, and I ask, so how are you going to defend yourself? Now, all these questions, investigators, there's always a good reason why they ask some of these questions, which I can't say on for obvious reason.
Sure.
It's why not Obisa them question there? How are you going to defend yourself? And now, Mubarak Kede, what's there? He mentioned into one of actual security writers over the Hafiz invasion, but he mentioned that it was the discussion was still about Hafiz. No, okay, 400,000 cedis, dollars was given to the prince now. Into a hadeno, natural prince no, we feed them characters ni. Now Tunde and our friend the Mubarak was what's an asking into at least one person by Hafiz. Into Hafiz no, and I did down 400,000 no, Adama, friend the infant of Koto no. And then, over no kede, or the be yet deba, and or the be yes, I miss my like kind of girls, now do talk to a regna, Nasa Funadi. It's at this very moment, you be said of all the 4 characters, no, you are nurse if you want 4 characters, one and organize it deba. That is Hafiz. So, conversation worker come on, and not say he's what a dead man. I want to let you about a threat. Let's just say there,
a bad threat.
Because we know the casa. I'm got to already a dead man or check the English language and the big use that for greatest in statement to send internet to Mikoko police station. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So now guess what? This happened in 2000.
Because that's a threat on Hafiz's life, correct?
Yes, that is a threat on his life because you have already said that he's a dead man. In the context on one, and now they didn't mention the name Hafiz, but the context gave the name Hafiz up and meant unless I asked okay in the context of the conversation. When I said that he's a dead man, I was referring to someone, which will not also help matters because the conversation, no other name was mentioned apart from Hafiz. He was the center of attraction as far as the conversation was concerned. It is already a dead man or Keno. As to what killed guy need me personally, I don't say do open, but sources it is poison, this day, in same thing. But bear in mind that 2009 at that conversation occurred. Then somewhere I think 2018 thereabout, and this documentary of who was on Watchman we in around June.
Yeah.
By November, and I have his strangely.
Oh we.
Now question I put them in this and Obian you say the other time to know. But rather no, young country team that don't find investigations on end. Justice will surely be served, and justice can never be denied, no matter how long it is. One more example, and Sanamaba, they maintain it. I can't remember Babe Kenti. They were saying the Golden State Killer case. It's taking about 40 years, and Sana was off. There was the West Memphis 3 in a case. So it was running for about 20 years. Now this one will shock you. The Jack, your friend, the Ripper case, I'll call it UK, so I span for 130 years. It's when it comes to investigations, until someone is arrested, there's nothing like that with close dockets, and I know. day in and day out, people pick up evidence and they go back to it. As some I'm seeing American, some make a same be no man can you actually be too far. Or too no I can't bet you. That is one thing to say you a customer from him. Also, though I am from him into from one doko into search okay. See. Ebiana said you another customer can akeke. Ebiana sooner he meant it. But the bottom line is that whether he meant it or not, can akeke a long run, a life is gone. If you tell me Kennedy Japan Katsa any TV do akade, you know when baby call or actually when baby queen. We share no more premises have baby and one then. One Bruno, Sibu, Radio Frankie, or Kadamassam. Let's just say there's a case the Kede. This wallet guy in the future actually is already a dead man. Now Benton we after. Do you think Kennedy could be an answer here? That's the question.
Some no.
It is so this will be a dead man. Not by divine impana who you say even no more we. Not a former impano qua. So what from this and that venture as some Kelly cheap. And that is very key. Because I want to crowd in our picture, so I want to care that the guy is a dead man. And that was a hidden camera 10. Kennedy didn't put it out of public knocking. But I want to know I could come. And this tape was not supposed to hit the screens. And unfortunately, the tape I hit the screen. Emma, you asked for one I catch you will be a dead man. How do you say such a thing?
And can we also establish that this video here you're showing necessarily nan Aremeyaw ODPA as part of the investigations Omega Strategic Service for a contracting and so on femra no omuhu but ni name thing. Can we establish
that is a thing?
I see.
You see, that is a thing. It's America there, you know publication of one modern Ghana no the same people so you because at a point in time an original video was demanded and someone refused. It was also a book. So when you look at this 8 minutes thing established today, and ask Kasabeno Kouma and in teaching Edabano. That is the understanding of it could be one of Akaka the Obi a dead man. And an interesting statement, somewhere between 2009. By 9 years later, we need documentary 4 months later the person is dead. And that is weird, 4 or 5 months later the person.
Yeah.
As to what killed him than the medical arena and brand and noble too much.
Well, what we heard is food poisoning right after the coronation.
Food poisoning, so there I had in one friend as to this and that. Say, it could be a dead man some years ago. Some years ago, I came find a dead man. Unfortunately, no. You don't care how an IBB and IBB. What do you think happened? None of the because I look at one on for me. Another case in the American from Mimkeke. Another tape in what tape and our KB in idea. There hadn't you also been in Japan, there are not the pictures to one country don't go Kubino. No work Kubino. Let me blame that on the review. I wouldn't know what in the can of a can of boom, not hit his screen. It's at that moment, and after that, Hafiz will be on a short and also already so busy in Kanaka that the guy is a dead man. Into my move to my pardon, Hidma. Message you are present, Padia. What do you think will happen? It's because of our training in the the same table market will be to say the Kennedy pictures. No, this is the one. It's a way you have some one to say it as me. And now, Nangasano, was there we invite him. Now, the movie is supposed to invite so also no. So, I send the same last time you call hockey, you know. You saw something on someone. Anyway, we are seeing you know, beyond you are bad law. No, not even the commander in chief. That's why there. And when Ghana had any answer, you pay the more young one or a son, or a spiritual, like or superior. It's in showing us son like a canoe. That be some of me are born at that car. The man of Obiso Bombay goes to that car. I know my money and man and brandy and bra. It will be a cancer one chair and ask. No, that would be unfair statement, one chair on what grounds. But he should be invited. I say, Brenner Church, them catch 1, 2, 3. And assist because I undercover guy, very good one too. And then about to walk undercover, come to the Yamipiaba. It's not about a Bemba Church and Yama. No one inviting I can only be some questions.
Good. Okay, so for want of time, let's also move to the last one. The last video is Ghana for no Ehuna was so bim. Quickly.
All right.
Yes, yes. Later on, he bragged. Aremeyaw bragged and lied to the suspects that the then President Evans Fifi Atamels was following the investigations. Folks, Anas in this microphone didn't come or sign Emma Emrantian or suspects no mudin common. As what he said, woman penny, no, what's that time now? Oh, yes, investigation. O follow some investigation din Emma man penny near brise ta emunsam necessary or the boom. But the question remains, is it true that Professor Mills follows our investigation yana? That's a Professor Mills follows our investigation a ban say and we ya sa video MP abontenda. Folks, mummy and shasa or hokacrano and comma anasines our suspect in the and the all catch from Professor Mills edisa investigation nichi na enokejiri ebabe wrap up on that one. Take a listen to this.
Me by Kira ni by heart. I don't do Akakira any day. Case in Yaba. Say what they see, what they work about. Don't think about him. Think about yourself.
As for me, my involvement is not too much.
See the English, see the problem.
Is not too much. My problem is now the account.
Because now he seems to be pushing you. He seems to be pushing.
No, pushing. I brought that boy. I brought the As for me, my Ghana. I was so sensible enough, very smart. Ghana. Because normally in the cases Mezu Akaga, he knows any government to Baba. So Baba now present passport. She said I mistake. I was so sensible.
I don't do Akakira any day. Case in Yaba. Say what they see, what they work about. Don't think about him. Think about yourself.
As for me, my involvement is not too much.
See the English, see the problem.
Is not too much. My problem is now the account.
Because now he seems to be pushing you. He seems to be pushing.
No, pushing. I brought that boy. I brought as for me, my Ghana. I was so sensible enough, very smart. Ghana. Because normally in the cases in Mezu Akaga, he knows any government to Baba. So Baba now present passport. She said I mistake. Because in that one in the not such in that Baba now. Who were the fighting? Baba's actually the game. Allah, I big mistake. The win. Very, very big mistake. But it's managed to say that.
Mills is very angry. Ghana. Suwa. You understand who? That's big money.
10, 15, 20 million in this country. People are sitting down. Nigerians are taking and are sitting down. They cannot do anything.
They don't even invest the money here.
They take it away.
Okay, so now me by Kira any by heart. I don't do Akakira any day. Case in Yaba. Say what they see, what they work about. Don't think about him. Think about yourself.
As for me, my involvement is not too much.
See the English, see the
problem. Is not too much. My problem is now the account.
Because now he seems to be pushing you. He seems to be pushing.
No, pushing. I brought that boy. I brought him.
Kofi.
Yeah, because of time it's more money too.
That's right.
Everyone there, maybe I can. I want to read all the things one episode. I'm quite to forget more. I want to run episode. You see, at the most needing at that
bragging with the president's name.
Yes, I can get the president. He has someone in his pocket. No, as for the president, who he has the president in his pocket. Meanwhile, also, I want 2009. I could just be in market and notice angry. So I said, I'm a impact. I get a message. Don't forget that. And we go for the $15 billion. What do you more Ghana? And then for me, you know, I want to say, why then do you condemn someone? Ask myself. And that for me was highly unfair because I don't know the most. I will baby call young papa. No, catch and on Kakadamas and so now I called. then why were you then doing this? You see, but because of timing, you know, most of me and the wrap up, nursing, you go to me actually, for 2 minutes in the Madi. There's a publication for Modern Ghana, and that publication was published by one guy called lled Mohammed. Now, according to him, you know, also he's speaking from the court records. He said that Anas admitted that I don't know who watches the watchman. Again, Anas also claiming ownership of the video. And the moment you claim ownership of the video, no I'm at the burden of proof, no sang Kennedy proof, no I'm very easy. And that is where Transcript comes in, giving a difficult situation, go for the simplest. It's on my so easy. But Anas video no produce at the moment, no tunde. Into one natural, I established the fact that 100,000 in to snow jail. And I'm a party, Oyimi film, into the video was rejected. Then he was told there's such a video in Yanankasaka for Rejanaba, and also on Famba. Into a long run, Oma, judge knew the no, natural corrupt. What could be such terrorist? Bomb, Yaman, not saying Yamancotin, but a terrorizing for foreign life, Damna, the I believe that one more dreaming, then borrow the words of the prosecutor and the Indiana. I can't the market, I'm not yet, or the chair. It's no, I had it in the ADBC. There are so many angles to it, baby, okay, there, on for confession, being done one hunger, how this and blah blah blah. Naturally, how we would choose one will be no action, Liniano or one. So, you know, if you decide to go into the matter next time, you will be able to come out with more, because of time to be this year. And my next time, you too much. Good
one. Enoch Kofi Ejiri, Director of Research, the Frontline show, of course. So this was like an annex studio, you know, from another corner. Enoch joined. Kofi, better was Papayo. Yameadma Wednesday, Friday, of course. Yuguswaye Shenayasha said in Yomekoso. Folks, Ahaniane Enoch Kofi Ejiri BC. But of course, Shannon said this has been the Frontline show tonight. Came to you live from the studios of Accra 100.5 FM, and of course, as you know, our studios is still under constructions with the hopes maybe God willing on Wednesday the Frontline would be broadcast from our usual base, and then you would then, you know, feel okay. Quite a number of people complaining yes, of course. And then we needed to do it this way because my chief executive, Kwesiche Dakwa, said, no, Kweku, you will not take that rest tonight. You have to come and do the show. And Shannon said, yeah, sometimes the show, you know, can be broadcast from our sister station, from Sunyane 88.1. You bet me through, and I said from the western region on Tadi 99.1. You bet me through, and I said Tamale. And I say Volta region, because we have a lot of stations we bring in a part of, you know, bringing innovation into the program. Now, internet, you know, and then a delay, most of you, internet, that could be pet, not your production, of course, here. Men, yen, say, ne, huna, say, ne, casatin, and a quakuna, say, no, please. As Nasi, I'm for sure, some man's way, and as then an inch of internet, of course, in ABC, I don't know why they we're embracing yede asum Ghana. Shannon says, of course, this program tonight, guys, the production, the great guys, of course, Ken Campbell, online editor, and then Echo Besmark was on board. Yes, it was on board. And then the two guys who did the magic. The two indefatigable, of course, may I quickly also say, online friends, online editors, Kofi Ansa, and then the man just gone past, Enoch Kofi Ejiri, honorary director of research, and also very deep guy in forensic investigations and a man of many parts, Enoch Kofi Ejiri, and Oten and Kana. And then the two guys, production BBR course, so come and see Rush. Yeah, the way to near the Fahadi, just say, sit down. Tonight, you were doing the show from here. As oh my God, I can't just, you know, over reflect the nostalgia of radio tonight. The two indefatigable executive producer Yamba, and then why credible on credible. I salute them tonight. My utmost salute to them. And of course, I also salute my executive director, my CEO, Kwesiche Dakwa. And then all, I think Frank, yes, all guys who also made it through, say, show we should be broadcast tonight from here to your various homes and your televisions and online and so forth. Yeah, there will be us and with the hopes that Wednesday will be broadcasting from our studio. This has been the Frontline with Kweku Anan. Until I come your way same time, Wednesday 8:05 p.m. Program where a better YouTube will call a friend, call a brother, a sister, a friend, a mother, auntie, father. No be uncle YouTube. Okwa your link in my CTVGH. Kohe show no da ne bibiana added na kwemo. My name still remain Kweku, your investigative journalist. Same time Wednesday. I'll be back. Bye for now.
The Frontline with Kweku Anan, only on CTV.